So when it comes to playing with advantages, there's a couple things that we want to hone in on first, and that would be shot selection. So the first thing that we're going to do is identify what types of shots we're looking for. So the best shot that we can get is a rim two, shots at the rim. We want to be able to attack the paint. Obviously, layups are a pretty easy shot. We want to be able to get as many of those as possible. Now, the second best shot is an inside-outside three. So what we mean by that is that we're getting a paint touch and the ball is getting kicked to a shooter. So there's a difference between inside-outside threes and perimeter pass threes. So an example of a perimeter pass three would be from like wing to corner or corner to wing. In those situations, the shooter is forced to rotate, catch the ball, and then get rotated back to square themselves up to the rim. It's not a bad shot, but it doesn't have the same percentage as an inside-outside three does, because the inside-outside three, there's no rotation. So we're catching the ball, we're simply able to raise up and shoot it. So the two best shots that we can get are rim twos and kick out threes. That means, in order to get both of those shots, we need this, paint touches. All right, that's why we stress paint touches. If we can get the ball in the paint, we get shots at the rim, and if we don't get shots at the rim, it's because the defense has rotated over, which oftentimes leads to kickouts. So, rim twos, inside, outside threes. Now, in order to get the ball into the paint, we have to be able to attack. So let's talk about the best times to attack. First one is off of a closeout. If the defender is flying at you, we want to be able to attack that closeout. Their momentum is going away from the rim, so we want to be able to catch and get downhill immediately before they can get set up in what would be an ideal guarding stance for them. So the best time to attack is off of a closeout. Second best time, we don't talk about this a lot, is when help side leaves. So let's say that you have a defender that's sitting in the gap. They're trying to plug that driving lane, and your teammate cuts through. Well, that defender has to leave, which is then going to open up that gap. So we'd say, again, the best time to attack is off of a closeout. If we don't have that, we're waiting to see if we can get a defender to leave so that we can attack that gap. Now, closeouts, help leaving, this all plays into this concept of 0-second decision making. When we catch the basketball, we don't want it to stick. We got to do something with it. So we either want to shoot it, want to drive it, or we want to pass it, and we need to do it immediately. If the ball sticks, it allows the defense to rotate and then get set back up. We don't want them to have the opportunity to get set back up. We want to keep them in rotation. So 0-second decision making, shoot it, drive it, pass it. This leads us to the third part, which is attacking rotations. Now, first one, when we attack rotations, is we want to drive the closeout. So the best time to attack is off of a closeout. If we get that, we want to drive it. Second one is swing, swing. We're going to talk about that in a second. And the third one is pass to where the help came from. Okay, so now we're going to talk through our swing, swing concept. So let's say the basketball is up top here and it gets driven to the rim. Now, if we're able to get below this first help side defender, that's going to force this defender to slide over and stop the ball. So if we don't have a shot at the rim, this is going to be our open player. So as the ball gets kicked here, the natural rotation would be for this person to go here and this person to drop to cover, leaving the wing wide open. So if we drive it here and we get a kick out and they try to drive it here, you got to remember your teammates here, we got a defender here, and this defender's drop. This is all congested. We don't want congested, we want space. So we drive it here, we get a kick. If we don't have a shot, we're gonna go immediate reversal. So that's swing, swing, now we have shot or secondary drives to the middle. Now, the other aspect of this I think is very important. If we have 4 spots on the perimeter, you're talking wings and then the corners, there's 2 spots that are shooting spots and 2 shots that are driving spots. And when I say that, I'm not speaking in absolutes. We're just talking like this is primarily what we get out of these. Shooting spots are the corners, because for the ball to get there, it's generally coming from the paint. That's an inside-outside three. That's what we're looking to get. And then these spots here on the wings or slots are our driving spots, because a lot of passes are coming from the perimeter, but then also notice we have the ability to drive to the right or the left. We can drive left, we can drive right. We have options here. So that's the concept of swing, swing. Ball gets put on the floor, we kick it. If you catch it off of a drive, it's shoot it or move it and do it immediately. Now let's talk through the concept of passing to where the help came from. So let's say the ball is here. This is our spacing. We have backside block or dunker and then someone on the backside wing. So we have our 3 defenders here. If they get beat going to the baseline, the first rotation is here. Okay, so we would want to pass, look to hit here, pass to where the help came from. Now, if we drive here, they get the ball stopped, and this defender drops to cover up the block. Where's the help coming from? Right here. So we could look to 45, cut this, or dribble through and be able to hit here. But realistically, what we're trying to recognize is recognize where the help comes from, and then throw the ball to the spot where it came from.